Hello and welcome back to the TF Team podcast, News You Can Use. This is Between Dollars and Dreams, and I'm joined here today with Pierre Tomacek. Today we're going to talk about some of the news that's impacting Canadians in Ontario and across the country this week. So I guess some of the news that we've had lately, the Bank of Canada, at least recently, has come out with their sort of explanation for the interest rate hold that they had recently. So it seems like not too much has really changed. It's just more of an explanation of why they chose that.
Yeah. So I think you hit the nail on the head. It's really more pretty much the same old. So if you have a plan, buy and hold, right? So nothing to change. If you don't have a plan, well, get a plan to make sure that this kind of buy and hold scenario that we're in doesn't negatively impact you. But we're still trudging along.
Okay. So not too much of a change there, but there has been a slight change, I guess, in inflation recently. The CBC was just reporting recently on February the 17th, in fact, that the annual inflation rate had edged down just a tiny bit from 2.4 in December to 2.3 in January, mostly due to a decline in gasoline prices, it seems, although food has also gone down slightly as well. So this is good news, is it not?
Very good news. Very, very good news. So purchasing power will increase. Hopefully, that means there's a bit more left after we spend at the various grocery aisles so that you could save towards your other goals. But again, like we've kind of talked about, 2.4, 2.3, it's significant, but it's still kind of a buy and hold type of strategy. You're not going to see kind of a significant impact to your wallet as of right now. But the good news, it's trending downward. So we need good news. So that is good news for Canadians as a whole.
Okay, so essentially with the inflation rate going down on these products, everything gets a little bit more affordable, shall we say. We have a little bit more left in the cookie jar at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, okay.
No more cookies, but just...
no more cookies, but we still have the jar and some crumbs.
Exactly.
Okay, there might be a chocolate chip at the bottom there I'm going to try and suck out or something.
No chocolate chip. It's gone. Okay. It's in my tummy right now.
Fair enough. And I guess we do have a bit more news as well. I guess let's talk about a huge trend. Everyone, obviously, AI.
Oh, yeah.
People are nervous, I guess, about job replacement. People are nervous about, what does the future hold? Of course, we can't necessarily prognosticate. We don't know the future. But what is sort of the idea behind AI? Will it be a mass job replacement, or is it more of an augmenting and helping us to grow into new fields? What
I think it's the latter. I think it's augmenting and bring us into new fields. I mean, if you're old enough to remember, so if you're a certain vintage like myself, you've been through a few of these. So there's been new, all these new buzzwords, re-engineering, automation and all that. And what is that done? It's kind of made, human beings' lives a bit easier. Right? Sure, there's a whole bunch of industries that will be replaced as a result of AI, but there's going to be so much more new industries that we're not even aware of right now that will be created because of AI. Think about it, right? Think about it. Growing up, this industry was nowhere in the radar. Growing up, my mom kept on telling me, Pierre, do not go into a car with strangers, all right? Be careful. Don't talk to anybody. Don't get into a car with strangers. And what do my kids do right now? They get on an app. They get in a car with a stranger that will bring them from place to place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Growing up, there is no way I would have, if you told me this in the 80s and 90s, I would say there's no way. So all of this is as a result of technology, all of this as a result of AI. So yeah, maybe the AI Uber driver will be replaced, but we still need someone to program the AI. We still need individuals to come up with these creative plans. So my words to all of my students is don't fear AI, embrace it. So be willing to be this type of individual that will be more of the creative aspect, as opposed to, just sit back and be more, kind of the follower. So lead the pack. What most employers are looking for right now, they're looking for individuals with creativity, because if you kind of lack kind of that creativity, this is where AI could potentially replace some of the mundane stuff that are typically done. So embrace AI, see how it could complement, even in our industry. I mean, my director to my right always tells me, you know what, Pierre, use AI to help with the plans. I still need to feed it the information. I still need to review it and make sure that it's okay, but it will act as a complement and gives me more time to do other stuff. So this is what AI could do for the economy as a whole, so we could be more productive and more efficient to look at other ways to entertain ourselves, I guess. Would be kind of the word.
So hopefully, I mean, you did mention, of course, technology. And I just wanted to bring up one thing. You brought up, obviously, when you were kids, you were told never to get in the cars with strangers. And I remember when I was a kid, I was told I would never have a calculator, but I have one at all times now. But no, it's interesting. So the point is not to fear the technology, but to sort of embrace it, to learn from it, to retrain, to sort of rethink, I guess, how we're doing things. But hopefully this brings, I guess, as you're sort of saying, a little bit maybe more free time in certain aspects. And I guess, I mean, if we look back through history, the Industrial Revolution, automation through, let's say, the Ford Motor Company, replacing jobs, but not necessarily replacing the need for people.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct.
So I mean, obviously, again, we don't know the future, but the idea is to just embrace this technology, be open to the technology, and to learn.
And then look at what type of industries that will benefit from AI, and kind of direct yourself towards that. I think about, will AI ever replace the salon? Would you want a robot to, well, for me, I wouldn't mind a robot doing my hair, but I don't imagine that will be an area. But AI could help complement that particular industry. So you want to go into an industry that will be still viable for human beings, but that you could do a bit more productively and a bit more efficiently. So we're in the financial services district. I still think that if you're of a certain vintage, you still want that face-to-face interaction. You're not going to send your money into the ether, into this vast wasteland. You want that kind of personal touch. I know we're going to talk about scams at the end, so there's still a need for that. But how could we be more effective, right? So I look at CRA. When you call CRA, you're on the phone for about an hour, and all you want to know is a simple question. So maybe we could use a chat box to answer all the simple questions and leave the more complex questions to actual individuals, which will now make their more productive and more efficient. So this is kind of the thing that AI could help. So just don't fear it, embrace it, right? Okay. So you don't want to be a Luddite like myself.
Fair enough. So again, I think you bring up a really excellent point where I don't think human interaction is going to be replaced anytime soon. We do crave that just as human beings, and that's I do see that as a key connection, certainly in financial services, where you do want that one-on-one with somebody and actually get that feedback. Well, thank you for that input. And that does unfortunately lead us to our next piece. I guess let's call it the dangers of technology and how sometimes people get spoofed. So I'll let you sort of fill in here. Unfortunately, there was an incident, I guess, recently.
Yeah, I guess one of our clients basically kind of let us know that supposedly from the TF team email that we had sent a request for gift cards. So that to me is a red flag. So the TF team, Tomachek financial team, will never, ever ask you for money, gift cards, or anything. We value your information, we value your data, so that when we do ask for your information, or when we do provide you with, with plans, it's always password protected, and you're the one who knows the password. So it's not a generic password. So please be careful. I mean, on a daily basis, we're bombarded with people trying to gain access to our information, to looking for money, looking for so many things. Just note, we at the TF team will never ask for your personal information. We will have a face-to-face meeting first before we do that. So your data, your information is vital. If you're not sure, never click on a link. Just call us. You have our number. Just give us a call and we'll let you know if it's legitimate or not. So just be careful. So if you see, I think something came from our info at tfteam.ca. That's kind of our general mailbox that we do from time to time send tidbits of information, but we would never, ever, and I stress ever, ask for money, gift cards of any kind.
Okay, excellent. So again, just do your diligence. Be careful out there on the internet, people. Speaking of the internet, we do thank you all for participating in our webinar, our tax webinar that we had on the 19th. It was so nice to see you all join. We do have another webinar coming up, first-time home buyers, in March. We'll have more details on that as soon as we have that fully booked. But we hope you can also join us for that. So thanks again, Pierre, for joining us today between Dollars and Dreams on the TFT team. This is your co-host, Dave, with Pierre. Thank you for joining and have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.